欢迎回来，再来看其他方面的消息。周末，美国大面积地区迎来炙热的高温天气，尤其在中部和东部部分区域，民众的体感温度达到了摄氏46度以上。包括纽约、芝加哥等大城市在内，许多重大活动因高温被取消。全美至少 1.5 亿人的正常生活受到了影响。
Intense heat with deadly consequences. From New Mexico to New England, nearly 200 million people are sweating it out.
Disgustingly hot. I'm melting.
I'm getting too old for this heat.
As a potentially record-breaking heat wave grips much of the country this weekend. In New York, major events are being canceled, including the Triathlon and Aussie Music Festival, along with the horse races in Saratoga. In Oklahoma, roads are buckling from the heat. Officials are urging people to take the warnings seriously, stay indoors, and stay hydrated.
Look out for the elderly, look out for young people. They are the most vulnerable.
On Saturday in New York City, it could feel like a boiling 115 degrees. 500 cooling centers are now open, and officials have declared a heat emergency. And that same system creating the heat wave and humidity is prompting the threat of tornadoes across parts of the Midwest.
There was stuff flying everywhere, trash flying, things flying, people running every which way.
In Michigan, where the heat index could hit 110 degrees, thousands were left without power after thunderstorms toppled trees which brought down power lines. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
7月20日标志着阿波罗11号登月50周年，这是全人类历史上的一个里程碑式的事件。美国各地举行了各式各样的纪念活动，人们以不同的方式庆祝人类成功登月的壮举，并积极畅想着未来的太空计划。
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It's a moment that still holds incredible power all these decades later. Everyone who watched live in 1969 remembers exactly where they were when they saw it.
I never forget the moments of Apollo because I think they were bigger and perhaps so far ahead of their time that they stick in your mind. We sent people from planet Earth to another world. A world we didn't fully know.
It's a feeling shared not just by Americans, but also by the hundreds of millions who tuned in to watch it live around the world.
I remember getting up that day and putting on the television, and it was all over the news back in Scotland, back in Glasgow.
And for those who were kids at the time, it changed what they dreamed was even possible.
Took off my gloves, they were floating here in front of me. That was the moment I was fulfilling my dream.
As this weekend marks the achievements of 50 years ago, one can't help but wonder what kind of achievements will be talked about 50 years from now. It starts with going back to the moon, a plan for 2024 that NASA hopes to use as a launching pad for a new frontier.
This is the proving ground. It is how we learn to live and work on another world using the resources of that world so we can in fact take that technology, take that capability to Mars.
It's a prospect that's already inspiring a new generation.
I was just looking up to all the astronauts, just thinking I could be an astronaut one day, I could do the exact same thing what they did.
But even still, NASA's lunar landing remains timeless, now 50 years later, remaining an achievement for much more than any single country.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In Cape Canaveral, Florida, I'm Omar Jimenez.
再来看娱乐方面的消息，周末新上映的重制版《狮子王》电影表现优异，不仅成为新的周末票房冠军，并且开画成绩高达1亿8500万美元，打破了多项票房纪录。
Yesterday stayed in 5th place to the tune of $5.1 million. Crawl fell to 4th place, biting off $6 million. Toy Story 4 is up to $376 million domestic after a 3rd place weekend worth $14.6 million.
When Fury asked me to come up here and see how you were doing, he felt bad about snapping at you.
Spider-Man Far From Home yielded the top spot, but $21 million gave the web-slinger a domestic total of $320 million. The Lion King made quite a roar, $185 million, the best debut ever for an animated feature. It's also the biggest July opening weekend ever and tops Beauty and the Beast as the best debut for a Disney remake. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
众多漫威英雄周末在圣地亚哥举办的动漫展上现身，并透露了漫威宇宙第4阶段的详细计划。黑寡妇、雷神、奇异博士等人们熟悉的超级英雄，都将在接下来的几年中推出续集影片，而更多全新的漫威角色也将登上大荧幕与影迷们见面。
Now I could spend 90 minutes talking about what we've done, or I could spend some time talking about what we're about to do.
Marvel President Kevin Feige made the presentation everyone was waiting for at Comic-Con, Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Next May, Scarlett Johansson finally gets her standalone Black Widow movie. Angelina Jolie and the cast of The Eternals are set to hit theaters in November of 2020. Simu Liu stars in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, opening in February of 2021. Benedict Cumberbatch returns in May of 2021 with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And Thor: Love and Thunder in November of 2021 features Natalie Portman as the first female Thor. 'Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. Ed Sheeran is in a familiar place, #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. His latest album, #6 Collaborations Project, features Sheeran teaming up on each track with other big names in music, such as Justin Bieber on I Don't Care. It's Sheeran's 3rd album to top the chart in the last 6 years. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
2007年为美剧《生活大爆炸》撰写主题曲的著名加拿大摇滚乐队 Bare Naked Ladies 从1988年组建以来活跃至今，获得过 Billboard 及格莱美提名等众多奖项。乐队将于今年和明年在全美范围内展开大规模的巡演，宣传自己的最新音乐作品。
Everybody ready to rock?
Yeah, man.
1, 2, 3.
The Bare Naked Ladies stripped down their sound for their latest release.
We really like our last record, Fake Nudes. It was a pleasure to make, and it's been a pleasure playing that stuff live.
Yes.
Fake Nudes Naked was a chance for us to go in and do a stripped down, acoustic versions of some songs that have some pretty high production value.
Of trying to find out who we are.
If you look at songs like Navigate and Looking Up, they're real production pieces. And to strip those back and really celebrate the song that's inside that production, I think is a really fun thing to do.
They try, they can't contain themselves for the night.
The band has been touring this summer supporting Hootie and the Blowfish.
It's one of the best vibes on a tour ever.
Absolutely, and there's more people on this tour. There's wives, dogs, ex-wives, kids, massage therapists, security dudes, bakers.
And those are just my guests.
Yeah.
Build you a lean-to, keep you warm and dry till dawn.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
再来看一组趣闻。
A photographer in Canada just wanted a close-up look at a flock of eagles. What he ended up with was a very rare bird's-eye view. James Williams planted his GoPro on a beach while fishing in British Columbia. The camera captured stunning shots of dozens of eagles feeding on fish. It then turned surreal when one of the birds grabbed the GoPro and took to the skies. Williams figured the camera was gone until someone found it on a beach and returned it weeks later. That's when he discovered the amazing eagle-eyed footage. An Oklahoma animal shelter is using the recent Area 51 craze to its advantage. The infamous military base made headlines after a Facebook post calling to storm the Air Force installation went viral. The post was meant to be a joke, but OKC Animal Welfare saw it as an opportunity. They started an online adoption campaign called Come Storm Our Shelter, and and they say their animals are ready to protect you from Area 51 aliens.
Oh, look at that thing.
A whale of a tale in Massachusetts where a group was fishing in Cape Cod Bay. While reeling in a fish, the group was shocked when a great white shark leapt out of the water and bit the fish in half. Needless to say, the predator wasn't the only one who jumped. Take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
以上就是今天的汉天新闻，我是赵子彤，感谢您的收看，我们下次再见。